Hi, I'm Claire from Port Adelaide Summer for Salvos. This is the next video in the series on Bible storytelling. Now, on Monday mornings, I volunteer at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Here's my badge. And I just go around a ward in the hospital, work under the chaplains, and go around and listen to any patient that wants to have a chat. So one patient I met last week mentioned that his ex-wife was a Christian, that Christianity had never made sense to him. And one of the questions he had was, why is it that human beings can be so cruel sometimes, and yet at other times they can be so kind and caring? Why do we have that contradictory nature? So I said to him, well, I do know a story that relates to that question, because I had this image in my mind. The story of the fall. So I said to him, would you like to hear a story? And that's really important, to ask permission before you tell a story. That way the person can decide whether they want to listen. And he said yes, so I also told him this story is from the Bible. That's worth saying as well. Then people again have another opportunity to say, no thanks. So I began to tell the story, and I was able to do that because I had learnt the story in the past. That wasn't word for word, but the general gist of that story I had learnt. So that you can also learn a story, we're going to look up a short story in the Bible now. So I want you to look up Luke 15 and either choose the story of the lost sheep or the lost coin, because we'll just start with a short one. So I want you to read that story through twice, and then I want you to write down the main points on a piece of paper. Or if you are a visual person and you would rather do a storyboard of the lost sheep, this is one I did on the fall. So you just write down, draw the main scenes in that story. And these are simply to act as a prompt, okay? Only you are going to see them, they don't have to be perfect drawings or writing. And then when you've done that, come back to the video. Well, welcome back. You've got your prompts now, and so I want you now to practice telling that story. I want your Bible closed, and you're only going to use your prompts. And you're going to practice telling that story to the wall or to your dog. And when you finish doing that, then come back to the video again. Well done. You've practiced telling your story. And you can use this process to tell any story in the Bible. Obviously, the more times you practice it, the more you'll retain it in your memory, and the more times you tell it to people, the more times you retain it in your memory as well. So once you feel confident telling your story by yourself, why not ask a Christian friend or family member whether you can practice telling the story, and then start praying for opportunities to tell that story to people in the community. One way you can do that is to say, I've been learning to tell stories from the Bible from memory, and I need some more practice. Do you mind if I practice telling a story to you? In the next video, we'll talk about when it might be appropriate to share a story from the Bible in everyday conversation, and also how you can follow up your story with a bit of discussion if that's what the person is looking for. So I'll see you next time.